Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good. Yep. Okay, next thing on the agenda is the approval of minutes, our last meeting, February 24th.
Yep.
Moving around, my Aubrey, any corrections? All in favor? Aye. Abstention. Also next on the agenda is privilege of the floor or public concerns. Anybody here in the room, privilege of the floor or public concerns?
I do.
Yes, ma'am. Just state your name for the town clerk for the record.
Brenda Sandy.
Hi, Brenna.
Hi, we've talked a couple times. I know the bidding is supposed to start on that bridge on Wood Drive.
Yes.
12th.
It's
How long
actually extended to the 19th now,
Oh, how long are you gonna be accepting bids?
till the 19th.
Oh, until the 19th.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's we open them here in this room, 2 p.m. on the 19th.
Oh, okay. And then, how long after, like, will you accept one and then how long is that bridge gonna take?
That's a good question. The normal process is that they would be reviewed by Fisher Associates, the engineers, in Ontario County. They have helped us with the additional funding to pay for that. So it might take 30 days, 45 days to make an award. And then we would hear from the contractor when they're able to start and move forward. The reason we went from the 12th to the 19th, additional week for the bidders, is that we were getting feedback that some of the bidders said they were not going to able to get the structure, the actual bridge structure in time for this year. So talking with Fisher Associates and with Ontario County, we extended it a week to give people more time to bid. And the actual construction completion date, instead of October of this year, is into June or July of next year.
And that bridge is gonna be totally shut down then, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Good.
Now, I talked to my town attorney today, and in the new section of Intel,
Mm-hmm.
their attorneys have not provided all the paperwork to our town attorney so that we can open that road and make it public.
There's stop signs at each end though, I did notice that.
Yeah, the highway superintendent, put a few stop signs up. There's some crossing signs that still have to go up on the other end of it. But, we really don't know when that's gonna be made public. Of course, my attorney's concern originally was if we approved it here in the winter, would the highway superintendent be able to automatically, if there was a storm the night we approved it, go out and plow the road? Well, with today's conversation and find out the attorneys aren't anywhere near getting us the paperwork, it'll be June or July. We won't have to worry about plowing the road.
But now, is the bridge gonna be closed before that and people will be forced to drive through Farmbrook like they're supposed to anyway?
Yes,
Good.
yeah, I think we're trying to keep it open as long as possible, but
I say close it now.
well, you're not in the minority there.
Cause you know how many idiots still come out that way?
Including a garbage truck that
Mhm.
we haven't been able to catch yet, but
And I have the license plate of that garbage truck if you like it, cause I took a picture of it.
I think you sent it to me and I sent it to the sheriff's office, so, yeah. But unfortunately,
Wednesday morning, Scott.
I didn't know if it was Wednesday or Thursday.
Wednesday morning, it's Finger Lakes Refuse. Between 6 o'clock and 6:30, he'll drive through there.
Yeah, yeah, okay. All right. So unfortunately, we're not probably gonna, I mean, if there's a bidder that comes in and says, hey, I can get it done by 1 December. Okay, good. But the contract, we've extended the completion date into next year.
that could be closed forever, I don't care. Oh, and then somebody asked, why don't they just put a culvert there?
Yeah, it's too big,
Oh,
too much water.
okay, I didn't know, I'm like, I don't know,
Yeah,
so, okay.
yep. No, all good questions. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody online? Privilege of the floor or public concern? All right, we'll go to standing committees, Public Works.
Yeah, Public Works met this morning, and we got our updates from Water and Sewer and Highway and Parks. We'll start with Water and Sewer at the treatment plant. They've been coordinating with Star Tech to test a hot water heating loop on digester number 2 exchanger. They're resume hauling 2 loads a day, 2 days a week of sludge. They've been doing some general cleaning and record preparation for the DEC inspection that's coming up. The belt press room fan still needs to be replaced. The sludge transfer flow meter is no longer operational, and they're getting quotes for a replacement for that. Pump station maintenance on various pump stations. You can check the list online and see that. The SCADA integration meeting with LaBella and Phoenix Entry, they did that and checked the generators for installed during the Victor Pump Station project. Let's see, Scott Arch is working on rebuilding some Carter diaphragm pumps for in-house repairs. Manholes for sewer flow meters have been inspected and verified for moving them on the 310. The actuator valve and final clarifier pump building is no longer operational and needs to be replaced. PS14, they had some priming issues there, and they've been working on that. Got some grease and stuff and rags out of the thing and got that going again. PS3 Hook Road still has some auto start problems. Working with the starter, they got an electrical issue. They're working to get the starter and so it's not ruining the ring gear. See, we got another page or 2 we have here. They repaired a water main break on County Road 41. They did some cold patch work on Allen Patcham Road and Bittersweet. Chris Van Orden conducted meter readings for the next billing cycle. They had issues with the service truck, and they may have to send that out for repair. It probably is under warranty. They have some CDL training that is going to be done. Just waiting on some grants to come in, so that has been taken care of for a few of the employees. Let's see, they had a new hammer come in, and they need to make a stand to hold that upright for its proper location. They are continuing preparation of the annual water quality report. They repaired a water service and saddle leak on Heather Lane. They received some high meter backflow assembly for use in the town of Victor, just so they can fill the vac truck. They're doing some cleaning and organization of parts and materials along their south interior fence. Repair a water main break on Hook Road and another one on 41. And they had to look at on North Road for another possible leak, and they determined that it was a sump pump discharge. There's 2 resolutions. We can talk about them if we need to at the time they come up. That's all I have for them. highway, they've been out mixing, final batch of salt and magic. Just in case it does snow again, which it probably will. It's not quite over yet, I don't think. Site prep work for topsoil structure, with a hybrid building solution. They've been working on, and they did patch some potholes. They started erecting signs in preparation for Pintail Crossing. Talked about them a while ago. Overnight plowing, driver rotation that has been finished for the season. Hopefully they can do everything during the daytime hours. Ongoing equipment maintenance. Going over roadside mowers to get them ready for the upcoming season. Yeah, that's all I have for highway. Parks are, they're finishing up picnic tables and bench repair, cleaning up, checking all the trucks, hard servicing on the plow shoes and blades and snow blowers, and began the cleanup parks, the sticks and trash. Weather's been good for that. Replace the E-lights at the highway garage and salt barn. And there's 4 resolutions for them. We can talk about them when we need to, if we need to. That's it.
Great. Thanks, Ron. On operations?
Operations met this morning. We got one resolution we discussed when it comes up. The Farmington Meadows Incentive Zoning. Last week, the planning board was designated as lead agency for seeker, and the public hearing will continue at their next meeting on the 18th. The Fish Solar town staff met with the engineer last Wednesday, identified the additional information that they need be provided for planning board for the special use permit and preliminary site plan. Still waiting on the receipt of that. The Powerhouse Solar on Route 96. Still waiting on a request for additional information from the December 4th meeting that we had. Nothing more on that as well. Farmington Fire Station project, the coordinated review ended last Friday with all the concerned agencies that were identified. No objections to the planning board being designated lead agency for seeker. County Planning Board meets tomorrow night, and they'll be making recommendations upon that. And public hearing for that is scheduled to begin on the 18th. Get the planning board. Farmington Point Incentive Zoning. In the left rear portion of the meeting room on one of the 2 easels on display is a concept plan showing the proposed design for a mixed use of commercial, business, townhouse apartments, and a medical facility for incentive zoning. Approximately 85 acres along the west side of Route 332 that kind of surrounds the Cobblestone Performing Arts Center. We will get a formal application next month. And a proposal for some more flex space near the, right as you come off the thruway on 332 at Gateway Drive. The applicant that built the flex space off of the park and ride has got a proposal for something on the other side of 332 there. Everything else we posted the report, and the other departments will have their reports.
Great. Thanks, Nate. Reports of other town officials, supervisor. Tomorrow in Ontario County, I have in the afternoon, I chair the Government Operations and Insurance Committee, and it's at 1 o'clock. Also a member of the Ways and Means Committee, which meets at 3 o'clock. Parks Department's not here tonight, but they started 2 new employees yesterday, which was great. And I'm also Genesee Transportation Council. I'm the chairman of that council, which is a 9-county region that funnels federal dollars into the area. And we interviewed last Monday and Friday, and we have selected a new director. So that will be announced very shortly. That's all I have. Highway.
Not a lot tonight, but we have been out and started our roadside garbage pickup before the mowing season starts. So we've had 3 crews out to pick up garbage alongside the road, so that way the mower doesn't chew it up and make it look even worse. So that's it.
Great, thank you. And I already covered clerks, town clerk?
Yes, so we mailed out our second notices for taxes, 311 of them went out. As of today, 289 are still unpaid. Also, my new deputy town clerk started last Monday on the second and Tuesday night.
Very good. Water and sewer, Aaron.
Yeah, no shortage of things in water and sewer. As Ron mentioned, we've been busy with some water main breaks. 4 since our last meeting, bringing us 16 total for 2026. Keeps our staff pretty busy. As Ron mentioned, we received a new hydraulic hammer for our excavator. Helps us a lot when we encounter bedrock and some of the piping that we have. And we received some specialized training on how to properly use, store, maintain that piece of equipment, protecting the investment that you folks made in that piece of equipment. And a lot of time been spent over the last week and a half, 2 weeks preparing for our annual DEC inspection at the wastewater treatment plant. I had a 1-hour call today with Chris Sikora, our representative at DEC, getting some additional details on everything he expects to see and wants us to have on hand and available when he shows up. So anxious to get that over with. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks. Building and zoning, Caden.
So for the month of February, we issued 26 building permits. We did 75 inspections, and then we did 6 building safety inspections, fire inspections. We also welcomed our new fire marshal yesterday. So we're getting him acclimated and up to speed, and so far so good.
Planning board, Ed.
Certainly, next meeting next Wednesday is 5 items on the agenda. First one is a 1-year extension for the Blackwood project. It's commercial, they need some additional time, the way commercial property is. Preliminary site plan for the virtual church. We'll be looking at that. Preliminary site plan for the Gateway Drive project that we talked about just a second ago, that Nate talked about. We'll be looking at the site plan amendment for the Bellis private garage. And then a sketch plan conference on Rob Laviano's proposal there behind the post office in that area. And that's what we have on the agenda.
All right, and thanks. Ron, Director of Planning and Development.
Yeah, just a couple of things. First of all, I'm continuing to finalize the draft local law on e-bikes and mopeds, which you should be receiving before the next town board meeting. We received a notice today from Klein Road for a subdivision in Victor that wants access off from Klein Road from Farmington. We'll be looking at that. The Laviano project, as you see over there on the bulletin board, the easel display in the back of the room. The Marano properties report that all of the lots on County Road 41 have now been sold, and they'll be developing those, I believe it's 3 lots, during the remainder of the year. And finally, the Conservation Board has given notice that they will be doing the clean sweep and encourage all members of the town board to join them on Saturday, April 11th at 9 a.m. to keep a portion of Route 332 up to snuff. That's it. The town ops report has been posted and distributed today to those that have signed up for it.
All right, thanks. Town engineer excused, assessor excused, historian did, Donna told me today there may be another application coming in for her replacement for herself. We're retiring the end of April. Recreation, Mark.
All right, we're currently working on our Easter egg hunt. Our Easter egg hunt will be, March 28th at 11 a.m. sharp here at the town hall. We're also working, getting, summer recreation up and running. Our summer recreation registration will be, May 11th and 12th, from 5:30 to 7 for, Farmington residents, and then, May 13th will be open registrations. Our staff, meeting will be June 6th. And recreation will run from June 29th to August 7th this year. Along with that, July 3rd, I'm working on trying to find a replacement for Paulson Baker. They have retired. So we're working on getting another music group to fill that big void of Paulson Baker. And began reaching out to recreation employees, and if they're coming back, and seeing what our hiring needs will be, so we can be up and running come the beginning of recreation.
Very good. Thank you. Nobody here from the Agriculture Advisory Committee tonight. Finance, I don't have anything tonight. Communications on board file. Reports and minutes on file. And then we'll go to the resolutions. Number one, resolution authorizing a wage increase to $24 an hour effective March 15th. Back pay in the amount of $208 to the Water and Sewer Department.
Move. Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Here's a resolution authorizing the town board to sign the amendment of the sewer contract with the town of Victor.
I have questions.
Motion first.
So moved.
Motion by Nate. Second by Ron. Questions?
Okay. Being new, I'm just trying to make sure I understand what this is, like a new. So we're just extending the agreement because Victor is signing a new loan note for the part of the project that they're doing.
Yeah, the intermunicipal agreement, we have three now. This is to approve signing the fourth one with them. That extends municipal agreement to a point where they can go out to bond for their next project.
Mm. We don't.
That's Victor, but it's pump stations, County Road 9, fresh sewer lines, which today they got $1 million from Congressman Morale.
Oh, part of the.
I was there for that.
With the roundabout
Yeah.
thing that they're planning.
Yeah, so 2 years ago, Station 11 on 19, Road 9, I got the right number, right?
Yep.
So just south of there, that line ruptured in the sewer swamp area. And so Town of Victor put a new line in, extending it south 600 feet.
Okay.
So now this next project is to continue that south, I believe underneath the thruway. Or
No.
at least to the thruway.
Stops just shy of the throughway.
Stops just shy of the thruway. And they're also got pump stations, generator.
PS 19 and County Road 9 will be the next two projects. We just don't know the order. And then there is a whole series of phased projects of pump station improvements after that extend well beyond what we're talking about right now. They are, yeah, they are. But there's essentially all the pump stations that we operate and maintain for them do need to be upgraded. And that there is a plan to make that happen. But the next two upcoming projects are the County Road 9 force main replacement and the rebuild of PS 19 at Eastview Mall.
So they did 25 into this year, they did 3 new pump stations and
Two total overhauls and 3 pump stations were upgraded with generators that didn't have them before. Just in this project alone, that's still active.
My only other thing was, the agreement doesn't change, again, if the agreement doesn't change. So if we need to change sewer rates or anything like that, we can still do that. The agreement has nothing to do with that, basically.
We coordinate that with the town of Canandaigua.
Right, but the agreement doesn't like keep us doing that.
We just went from 93 to $95 order starting in January this year.
That's my questions.
Okay. All right. Any other comments? All right, we had a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Reads confirming resolution authorizing the hire of 2 laborers for the Parks Department, effective month, yes, at the rate of $21 an hour.
So moved.
Second.
Nay, Nats, second by Aubrey. Any questions? In favor?
Aye.
Aye. Fourth resolution authorizing Kate Lloyd, code enforcement officer, to attend the Western New York Stormwater Conference and Trade Show at the Buffalo Convention Center. That's on March 31st. Cost not to exceed $135.
So moved.
Second.
My arm is set. My name. Questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I, as a resolution, authorize the acceptance of the monthly report to the supervisor for February 2026.
Second.
Motion by Ron, second by Matt. Favor?
Aye.
Aye.
6, resolution authorizing a budget amendment and the general fund.
So moved.
And that's a total amount of $1,960.40. That's part of the state aid to our. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
7th, resolution authorizing the acting parks superintendent to hire New York State Fence, install a new galvanized chain link backstop behind the baseball diamond in Farmington Road Park at a cost not to exceed $10,075.
So moved.
Second.
My arms, this will be the second one we put in there for free. All in favor?
Aye.
8th, resolution authorizing the acting parks superintendent to purchase a 2024 16-foot single axle heavy duty tilt direct trailer cost not to exceed $5,850.
So moved.
Second.
My name, second by Ron, the budgeted value. All in favor?
Aye.
9's resolution authorizing the acting park superintendent to purchase 2 soccer related. Exceed $7,059.99 up in the shipping.
So moved.
Read, second by Nate. Mark has told us that the soccer folks have enough requests now that they want to use the second field.
There's 2 soccer leagues now. Victor Soccer Club's using the usual, not Beaver Creek, but Hortensia and Pumpkin Hook. And this new league is gonna use Beaver Creek, which got
Yeah,
2
2 fields.
2 fields there to be used.
Yep.
Which is great.
Good. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Then's a resolution authorizes Seaver to order a rotating element to repair Gorham Pump Station 14. It costs not to exceed $8,798.32 plus any shipping and handling.
Second.
Question there. Discussion public works this morning. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 11, resolution authorizing electronic withdrawal of paychecks monthly and analysis fees in the amount of $238.24.
Second.
Nate, second by Matt. Questions there?
Yeah, can I ask a question? What are they analyzing for us?
they analyze all the time in attendance and the withdrawals. Making sure that everything is correct when we make payments over the year to the employees. Paychecks are strictly are paid for the employees.
Right. Okay. So it's just like a double check.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. Okay. Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Draws a resolution authorizing adoption of the town of Farmington employee handbook with additional section 805A, gender-based violence and workplace policy.
So moved.
Second.
Nate, second by Ron. Questions there? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 13, resolution authorizing Donald Rand, Director of Development, to submit the draft local law establishing a period of 6 months for a moratorium on the issuing of building permits for accessory structures and currently regulated in chapter 165, article 5, supplementary regulation, section 58 of the Farmington Town Code.
So moved.
Second.
Nate, second by Aubrey. Again, this doesn't set the moratorium, it establishes the criteria. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Fourteen is abstract 5 of 2026 to pay the bills. General fund, $42,320.78. Highway fund, $34,786.51. Water tank repair, $692.25. Route 332 in Colette, $8,515.85. Storm drainage, $133.85. Lighting district, $2,537.03. Sewer district, $73,498.28. Water district, $19,014.63. Payroll deductions, $456.69. For a total abstract to pay the bills, $181,955.87. A motion and second.
So moved.
Okay. Motion by Arby, second by Ron. Any extensions? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. We have, no training under 100. We do have one, waiver of the rule, came in a little bit late. And that's authorized if there's no objection. That resolution is authorizing, waiving the development fees for Timothy Wilcox on Russell. So, by Nate, second by Aubrey. Any questions on that? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we don't have any executive sessions tonight, but I always ask at the end of their meeting, is there any other public concerns or questions? Yeah, Adrian.
That number 13 resolution, when we go to look at that, I mean, 6 months during the busiest construction season time. Seems a little depressed.
Yeah, that would be the maximum time.
So I mean, less would probably be
Yeah.
better and see where it goes.
Yeah, yeah. We're also,
Plus, to hang up all the builders, build the project. There's
Yes.
lots of Stuff coming in.
yeah, the other conversation we had today was the way we're looking at it is anything that meets the current code. Accessory structure, 300 square foot in a backyard of a single family home. That we're talking about maybe exempting those type of items from the moratorium. With myself, Paul, the zoning officer, and Katie. We had that discussion. That's what we want to put into moratorium.
We discussed this morning, like a 6 month is the maximum to give a case or some sort of hold up, but discussed with Ron, a more realistic timeline would potentially be May,
Late May.
late May. So once we get we're working on the update now, get the local law, and then it has to go to the county review. But we're looking at hopefully,
But is it necessary to moratorium the accessory structure stuff right now, or it's just go as it goes and deal with what comes through?
I think the moratorium would stop us from having issues with proposed structures that are outside of what the code says right now, which is identified as some problems with some previous applications. So instead of having a bunch of issues potentially come up, do a short moratorium, is hopefully looking at like 2.5 month time, and still get things approved and people can start, late May. And
But this came to attention last fall when Dan was still here and he brought it up.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
We say now it's building season and let's stop everybody from building all summer. Just
well, again, we're hoping to have it
kind of
done,
root for the whole time, you know.
hoping to have it done like late May, so it would be a short delay, but it's certainly something that we've addressed that needs to be cleared up, and we did kind of identify it a while ago, but Jan left, we had another one go, state trooper, and Caden has been there by himself for quite a while and not really
Understood.
have the ability to
But that's just a
address it.
You want to,
I think perhaps just the truth, we haven't had the staffing department address it, but
but now it's going into construction season and you want to walk everybody out. So the costs change. So that's all I'm just saying.
Thanks for the comments. Anybody else? All right. I'll take a motion to adjourn. Moved by Nate. Second. All in favor?
I
Thank you. Next meeting is 9/24.